It's not just altered what's happening at RNC, but probably the outcome of the election as well.
48 hours after Saturday's assassination attempt on Donald Trump, the 4-day Republican National Convention is going ahead. Well, it kicked off today, and Trump will formally accept the Republican presidential nomination on Thursday. So let's get to the point with U.S. Bureau Chief Bhagyashree Garekar, who's in Milwaukee, where the convention is being held. Bhagya, how will the attempted assassination reshape or change this RNC, especially compared with the 2016 and 2020 conventions? What have you observed on the ground in Milwaukee?
The mood definitely is very buoyant. I mean, today was just the first day, but we saw, first of all, the delegates voting for Trump. This is a convention where they actually vote for him and formally make him the party nominee. There was so much support. I mean, there's sympathy for what he went through and a feeling that, he needs to be back because America did better under him. There were African Americans speaking from the Straits today. There were union leaders. Now, all these are not people you normally see at a Republican convention, but they were there. So it gives you an impression that somehow Trump is broad basing his support. So I was speaking to a T-shirt seller just outside the convention. He expects everything to sell out tomorrow. So I said, what happens tomorrow? He said, I'll get those T-shirts which have that iconic moment when Trump pumps his fist
With
just
his fist
after
in
he's
the air.
so he expects to get that T-shirt tomorrow, and he expects to sell it out pretty fast. I guess it's an indication of where this has touched. It's touched something very deep with American voters. And clearly, it's not just altered what's happening at RNC, but probably the outcome of the election as well.
How will the shooting affect campaigning ahead of the election? Or actually, has Trump effectively won it already?
I think the biggest change that you're actually seeing is from the Biden end of the campaign, because he can't now freely attack Trump, who is a victim, after all, of a near assassination attempt. Biden has also fielded criticism because he made this comment to donors that his campaign wanted to focus on Trump, that Trump should be the bull's eye. Now, this is a comment that he has come to regret. And he said it was a mistake. So, to answer your question about has this election already been won? Well, if you believe the Republicans, and I've been hearing a lot of Republicans, obviously leading up to this convention, it has been won. But on the other hand, election is in November, so still a good few months away, and a lot changes. So I don't think I can say that it's been won. I think an election is won when it's won.
Well, one of the big things out from the convention today is that Trump has debuted his running mate, and he's 39-year-old Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. Beyond that, Bhagia, what do you know about him, and how will this pick set the tone for the final stretch of the campaign?
Firstly, he's politically a newcomer. It's just been 2 years since he was elected to the Senate. And the second thing which you will hear is that he's got a pretty impressive bio. He's a Yale law graduate. He's from Ohio State University, where he graduated summa cum laude. He served as a Marine in Iraq as well. And then he's worked with a Silicon Valley venture firm. And he comes from a background that is poor, white, working class background. So his story, as they say, is very strong. The other thing you also hear is that he's a never Trumper. Somebody who says that they can't imagine themselves supporting Trump. But it's a complete turnaround. And now, of course, he's Trump's running mate. Biden called him Trump clone. And he often is called mini Trump in the media. Why? Because he mirrors Trump in so many ways. He's a Maga Republican. So these are Republicans who hold some pretty extreme positions on the economy, on defense, on foreign policy, on social issues like abortion. He's a little different from Trump because he is very much against abortion. Trump sometimes has a little more of an ambiguous stance on that. He's very much against illegal immigrants as well, just like Trump. He is very much in favor of tax cuts. He's youth compared to Trump being 78, and this being an election where both candidates are old. But now you have a Republican running mate who is young, and therefore that broadens the appeal of the Trump ticket.